This is the game console shelf here at Roadkill Incorporated. All these were acquired from electronics recyclers I've had partnerships with. Unfortunately, the vast majority of game consoles out there get scrapped. It's just one of the categories of product that recyclers destroy by default, and you really can't convince them to do otherwise. I've been successful doing that mostly because I'm buying their MacBooks as well, so it's easy to say, hey, can you do me a favor and let me buy that box of 200 consoles over there? And sometimes they'll reluctantly say yes. I've purchased many thousands of consoles. This is really just the notable stuff I've skimmed off the top. I did a video about console pickups a couple years ago if you're interested. Most of the consoles work just fine when I've tried them. Someday when things slow down, I'll make a project out of doing proper testing and repair. So what do we have here? On top are original Xbox, some Xbox One. I had a couple Xbox One XDKs, the development systems, but I sold those because they were worth like $800 each. Got some 360 hard drives here in the box, then Sega Genesis. I see some Xbox Connect back there, and then some variations of Atari 2600. This one is the Telegames version. I think it was the only one sold at Sears. Next shelf, mostly all 360s, as you can see. I kept most of the special editions because why not? They're pretty cool looking. Over here we have a Pong game. There were dozens of Pong clones back in the day. I used to have way more, but I sold them off. But Pong was a big deal. Next we have PlayStation 1, then PS2 and PS2 Slim, then PS3. And you can't see from here, but in the back are about 10 of the big fat PS3s with 4 USB ports. Those are backwards compatible with PS2 and pretty desirable. Over here we have a few variations of Intellivision, which was my first console as a kid. It's a competitor of the Atari 2600. And finally, on the bottom shelf in the back, we have a bunch of Wii's in all colors, GameCube, I think I see some Game Boys back there, and then a box of cables, controllers, cartridges, and a box of Nintendo DS, which is probably my favorite of all this. Just really cool little devices. There's way more, but that's a good summary. And like I said, it all came from recyclers and would have been destroyed if I hadn't intentionally gone in and tried to save them. So, yeah, if you have any electronics recycling contacts, ask them what they do with their game consoles, and you'll most likely be horrified at what they say if they choose to tell you the truth. And hey, ask if you can buy them. They'll probably say no, but it can't hurt, and you never know.